Hi, my beautiful people. Welcome and welcome back to Glowing. This is a safe space for beautiful people like you to come so we can find our inner peace, find the glow from within to glow. My name is Gloria. I'm your fairy guide. Today, we're going to be talking about something very uncomfortable, something a lot of us face, but we don't really know how to handle or even put into words, and that is outgrowing people. This can be friends, partners, coworkers, or even family. People who once fit perfectly into your life all of a sudden start to feel a little distant or like they're on different wavelengths with you. And honestly, outgrowing people isn't a sign of failure. It's not something to feel guilty about either. In fact, it's often a very necessary part of growing and healing. Because as you evolve, your needs, your boundaries, and your energy, it all changes. And that naturally shifts who belongs in your inner circle. Sometimes that means saying goodbye. Sometimes that means stepping back from people who no longer support you or people who no longer support your journey. And while that can be very painful or confusing, it's often a sign that you're moving towards the right direction. Sometimes it means you're moving forward toward healthier connections and a life that truly fits who you're becoming. And here's how. Number one, growth exposes misalignment. When you start healing, taking care of your mental health, setting boundaries, raising your standards, or even changing your habits, something powerful happens. You begin to see clearly who in your life actually supports you, who supports the person you're becoming versus who doesn't support the person you're becoming. Growth doesn't just transform your life internally, it also shines light on your relationships. People who once fit into your world so perfectly may start to feel out of sync, distant, or even draining. And it's not because they're bad people. It's simply because they're no longer aligned with your energy, with your priorities, or values of the person that you're becoming that's evolving. Misalignment is not personal. It's not a reflection of their character flaw. It's not reflective of their worth or your love for them. To me, it's an honest indicator that your paths are just moving in different directions. And that is okay. You just need to recognize that this is a form of clarity and not cruelty. The key to see this is not as rejection, but as revelation. I love how growth shows you who actually belongs in your life. The people who lift you, the people who challenge you, the best ways, of course, and the people who match your energy that you've now cultivated. And outgrowing someone shouldn't have to come with regret, okay? Or guilt. You shouldn't feel guilty for outgrowing this person. It's a natural thing that happens to everyone. Simply the natural effect of becoming more of yourself and less of other people, less of people pleasing too. And it's you refusing to compromise your evolution for the sake of comfort. Which brings me to my second point. Comfort is not connection. A lot of relationships stay in our lives because they're familiar. We know the patterns, we know the jokes, we know the routines. They're predictable, they're easy, they're safe. But honestly, here's the truth. Just because something is comfortable does not mean it's nourishing, supportive, or truly aligned with who you're becoming right now. And as you grow up, you notice the people who show up for you versus people who just exist in your orbit. And outgrowing people often happens whenever you just stop choosing comfort over growth. My third point, you stop accepting what you used to tolerate. Your tolerance for things that once felt normal begins to shrink. Like, for example, some people roast you in like a joking manner, and you're always like, oh my god, ha ha ha, so funny, because you're people pleasing and you don't really want to hurt their feelings. So you say, oh, that's so funny. But as you grow and as you evolve and as you start to outgrow those certain people, you start to outgrow those certain jokes, you start to outgrow the feeling of being diminished by your peers, and you just start to stand up for yourself. And honestly, the person who is making those jokes to you is obviously not gonna like the fact that you're standing up for yourself. They're gonna be like, oh, but you used to laugh and you used to find that really funny, but I don't find you shitting on me funny anymore, and I'm letting go of that. And sometimes that can result in people just being like, okay, well, I'm just going to distance myself because you don't really want me to roast you anymore. And that's okay. You just got to move on, honey. You have to grow. You have to evolve. The energy used to overlook the constant negativity, inconsistency, disrespect, or even emotional abuse and immaturity no longer flies under the radar. You start to notice these things. Now no one can slide. And suddenly these same behaviors feel loud and exhausting and honestly like low vibrational and tiring for you and impossible to ignore. What once seemed tolerable now feels like a drain on your energy and your inner peace. And I hope you choose your peace over that friendship or whatever you want to call it. Just whatever is diminishing your energy, whatever feels so bad, and just whatever is diminishing your energy, whatever feels negative to your light, just let go of it. Just don't be in that position where they're using you as the jester or they're using you as like the comic relief. Because what is funny? You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes people are just so weird and rude, and you have to clock it. You have to catch it where it's at. Like leave them where they have you effed up at. Like leave them right there. Wherever jokes, whatever stupid jokes they're saying, whatever derogatory term they're using on you, right there, then and there, up and leave. Up and leave. Bye. And I never want to see you again. Mwah. And honestly, outgrowing people isn't about being judgmental or cold. It's a sign that your self-respect has leveled up. And people around you are going to notice that. You're learning to value yourself. You're stepping away from things that once reduced you and dynamics that no longer serve you in any sort of way. And the people who can't meet you with this new energy aren't always failures. They just weren't meant to walk this new chapter of your life, and that is okay. That's okay. Which brings me to my fourth point. Some relationships were only meant to be temporary. And one of the hardest truths that even I find like it uncomfortable sometimes is not everyone you meet is meant to stay in your life forever. Some people are just here for a season in your life and not a lifetime. Some people are just here in the chapter and not the entire book of your life. And that's not a reflection of their value. It's just how life works. Some relationships are lessons. They show you patterns, teach you boundaries, or help you understand what you truly need. Some of them are stepping stones guiding you towards growth in your life. And some are mirrors reflecting back parts of your life that you didn't see before. And outgrowing someone doesn't make your shared experiences meaningless. It doesn't erase the impact that they had in your life either, or the love that existed. It just simply means that chapter of your life has ended. And understanding this helps you release the guilt or the shame you feel about moving on from people. And my final point is you can't grow in an environment that keeps you small, or that keeps you stuck, or that keeps you limited. And there's this saying that I love: if a flower isn't blooming, you want to change the environment and not the flower itself. And I feel like a lot of you can actually relate that to your life. If you're not blooming in a specific area, or if your friends are just like, they don't see the vision, they're not limiting, you're a little bit limited in your ideas, and you don't feel like you're growing, you feel like you're stagnant, and you feel like you're just outgrowing people around you, I want you to not feel guilty about changing your environment. Because if you don't, you are going to be there and you're probably not going to bloom. And there's nothing wrong with the people around you. It's just like sometimes they don't see the vision, and that's just life, right? But are you gonna stay stuck because they don't see the vision, or are you gonna bloom regardless? And that's another part of outgrowing people, is realizing some relationships just don't let you expand. Some people only know the outdated version of you, the one who didn't set any boundaries, one who didn't trust their own instincts, the one who allowed things that do not serve them. They're attached to that version of you, and they might resist the changes that you're making, consciously and unconsciously. And oftentimes, because of that attachment that they have, they don't know how to show up for the new you. They don't know how to show up for the you that you're becoming. And that's not their fault. It's just a reality of growth. And an important thing you have to remember is you don't have to shrink so you can just to make someone else comfortable. You don't owe anyone your energy, your boundaries, your peace. Okay, you don't owe anyone your peace but yourself, especially at the cost of your evolution. Choosing growth often means stepping out of relationships that just no longer serve you. And it's not because you don't care, but because you care enough about yourself to honor your journey. If you're noticing distance between you and someone you once held close, breathe, okay? Just take a breath. You're not doing anything wrong. You're just growing, and growth requires change, even change in your relationships, and most times the people around us too. So you want to keep growing, keep glowing, and trust that the right people will meet you exactly where you are. Okay, I love you guys, and please take care of yourself, take care of your energy, take care of your peace. Outgrow the people that no longer serve you. You want to live life to the fullest because you only get one life. And if people around you are keeping you stuck, keeping you limited, keeping you, like keeping your ideas small, you want to just change the environment. And you don't have to beef with nobody. You don't have to make it a big deal like, oh, you were the reason, da da da. That's just nature. Like, for you to evolve, you have to get ready to change, and change literally anything. It flips, okay? You got to be ready to change. I love you guys, and don't forget to let the glow guide you. And if you stay to the end of this video and you want to join the community, don't forget to subscribe, leave a heart in the comments as well, so we can keep reminding each other to choose peace, prioritize our glow. I love you guys, and don't forget to let the glow guide you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.